Hello all, I am Chi Chi, and right now I am sitting next to a Subway because my tire popped again. My mechanic jokes that I pop more tires than most people, and I think I do, partially because I do rideshare driving on the side, so I tend to be on the road a little bit more than most people, but felt like this was just a good opportunity to sit with you guys and chat a little bit. So, I'm sitting by a Subway because actually I was very far away from my house. So I thought, okay, well, let me just try and get home. You're not supposed to ride on a flat tire because you could damage your rim. But if you go very, very slowly, you will lessen the chances of that happening. So that's what I was doing. I was going like 10, 15 miles an hour. I mean, it's better to go like 5, literally, like, because people can go around you. Safety is important. But anyway, I was going like 10, 15, and I made it halfway across the city because I actually got my tire popped in a side of town you don't want to sit at night. Like, man or woman, doesn't matter who you are. So I decided to get, like, to at least downtown or at least to downtown. So I was literally, I want to say like 20 blocks from downtown, and someone they didn't stop. I was pulling up to the I was gonna say flashlight. I was pulling up to the traffic light, and they were in the turning lane, and they like rolled their car back because I was in the straightaway lane. They were in the turning lane, and they're like, "Hey, do you have a spare?" And I was like, "Yeah." And that is why I am now sitting next to a Subway because a kind stranger offered to change my spare for me. Funny thing too, and I feel like ironic's not the right word for it, but I like the word juxtaposition, but I also don't think that's the word for it either. But that kind of just means like, I guess considering the thing of what I'm just saying to what I'm about to say. So, there are kind strangers, and also I remembered I need to get pepper spray. Because I mean, we live in a crazy world, right? But there are good people. There are good people in this crazy world. So I believe that. I 100% believe that, there are still decent human beings around, men and women alike. Oh, and you know what? This is not the first time that this has happened. I've had my spare tire put on by like 2 or 3 people. I had like, literally just with a, saw me with a flat, and I was like, "Hey, do you have a spare? I could put it on for you. I happen to have the tools." The last young man who helped me, he was actually an apprentice for, like, he was like a mechanic apprentice or something like that. So, he happened to stop. He didn't have one of the tools. He called his dad to come bring the tool. So this young man stopped, didn't know me from a can of paint, called his dad because he didn't have the specific tool. And then they were able to get my tire on. That worked out. That was great. Like, nothing, no, like, weird connotation behind it. Like, literally just a human helping another human. Well, my tire is not on just yet because the guy had to go get a tool. And that's another thing that made me think about the pepper spray, because I have not, like, I'm in a better area of town now, but I am now sitting and waiting for the tool. So yeah, I was like, yeah, better get some pepper spray. But anyway, yeah, no, there are good people still in the world. And I know that there's like, far be it from me, I'm not into the, like, there's a lot of issues going on, in a lot of places with a lot of people. But, I understand why too. Like, I'm not like, a term I've heard recently is like, I'm not super Pollyanna-ish about like the world. Like, everything is not like roses and sunshine and flower. I have lived long enough to, and I've had some experiences that tell me like that is not how the world is. But I do believe in goodness though. Like, I mean, I've seen a lot of like, straight up evil, honestly, but I also have seen a whole lot of goodness too. So yeah, this one was an off the cuff because, I didn't know my tire was going to pop. I didn't know I'd be sitting here, instead of at least halfway home by now. But hey, things happen. And in the grand scheme of things, like, thankfully, I got the money to go ahead and get a tire tomorrow. So I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay on that. I have my spare. My spare is getting put on right now. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's been a productive couple days actually. Um, like in a bunch of areas, personal work. Well, oh, and I guess like health. Well, that can go under personal. Actually, I just worked out today. I haven't worked out the last couple days, but I worked out today. Good for me. Claps and snaps for me. Um, and yeah, when I get home, I'm going to meal prep. Oh, I actually decided. So, I decided to get a bunch of stuff that I had sitting in some carts and whatnot. It's like house stuff. It's like stuff that I've needed and whatnot. So that is like something that like I I really like. Okay, so say how I like to do things is if it's situational. It really is situational. But the things that were in my carts, I literally had like 30 something things in one cart, and then I think I had 10 or 15 things in the other cart. But it was mostly like stuff that I needed. No, there's definitely some stuff that I like wanted on those lists. So I just called it. I got cut off because one of my alarms went off. But I was saying I just called it an early Christmas present to myself because I needed the things. So those are going to get picked up hopefully when I get home. I actually thought the place that I was going, and it's probably different by location. Like I thought they stopped doing pickups at like 8, but this other location says that like I could pick up until 10. So that is what I will be doing. And then get home, put that stuff away, set up some stuff for tomorrow as my work week starts. But yeah, I think that was it. And it's funny because something else just popped into my head. I was like, okay, well, since I have to like finish the video anyway, I could just add that on. And then as soon as I start talking, it just went away. But yeah, I guess this is this experience right now. Still waiting on the person to come back, but they just left though. Like literally when I started, so I got like 6 minutes in there. They said it would be about 15 minutes. So I still have about 10 more minutes before they get back. Yeah. So how are you guys doing? Like, I'm silly because, like, obviously I'm talking to a phone, but yeah. I hope that next week is as good as this week went. Like I said, pretty productive. But also there was a lot of rest too. So while I did get like a lot of the things that were on my to-do list done, I spent like a few whole days resting. Like not in a row though. Like let me see. Monday after I made my phone calls cuz I work 12 on the weekends at night. So, I got off Sunday morning and then I stayed up, made some phone calls. And I don't remember if I drove or not, but like I did some stuff Monday. Cool, that went well. And then oh no, I definitely didn't sleep. I stayed up and made the phone calls. That's what it was. And several of the phone calls, like I had to call insurance companies and whatnot, and utility companies and whatnot. So when I say like I was literally on hold for hours with an S, like I was on hold for hours with an S. And then one of them I just decided, I was like, no, just call me back. Do the whole like call me back thing. That'll work out. So that was my Monday, but I actually didn't physically leave the house. I just was in my very cozy place, doing my phone calls and whatnot. So then I actually didn't sleep between that shift, between Sunday's shift and Monday night shift. So then I went to work. I did my 12 hours. And then here we are. Well, not right now because right now it's Friday. But then there we were on Tuesday morning. And I slept all of Tuesday. Like, because I had been up for, I don't even know, since like Sunday afternoon. So I had been up since Sunday afternoon till Tuesday morning when I got off of work. And that will sometimes happen. It doesn't happen super often. It absolutely doesn't happen as often as it used to, because before I moved, that was just a mode. Like, I would just be up during the weekends, like just up, highly caffeinated and highly awake. I'm still pretty caffeinated. I'm working on that. But, one thing at a time. But anyway, so yeah, I slept through Tuesday, and then Wednesday we got back out there again. I got on the road a bit. I ran around to some different places I needed to run around to, and I think I got some car work done on Wednesday. No, that was last Wednesday. But yeah, so yep, a couple more important phone calls that got done, and then we reached Thursday, and I did just rest on. No. It was either whatever day it just snowed, because I am in the north in America, so we just got a big snow recently, and I want to say that was actually Wednesday. So that might have been Wednesday that I just kind of stayed in, and then Thursday, not sure if I stayed in or stayed out, but I definitely got some planner stuff done. And here we are Friday. So I just did a good bit of driving. And now here I am. Like now we're here. Here we are now Friday at 8:42 p.m. waiting for this person to come back and fix my tire. So pretty productive week all in all. Yeah, I feel good about it. And that's why I hope, like I said, I hope next week is like this too. You just never know how things are going to be. And that's okay. That is okay. I used to have, well, okay, so I still have some trepidation. Hopefully that's the right word. Because, like, I'm not overly scared of it, but, like, me and the unknown, we were not good friends at all. Like, if I just didn't, like, quite know how something would be, it would trigger a lot of anxiety in me. And now I'm getting better with it, for sure. Me and Change are good friends now. We used to not be friends. Now me and Change are friends. So it's getting to be that way with the unknown. And I feel much better about it than I used to. But it still just does give me a little, like, you know, it'll, like, I can feel my you know, it just gives me a little something when I'm not 100% sure about something. But I do know that, like, regardless of whatever way anything turns out, the sun's gonna rise in the morning. So, you know, that's pretty much how I feel about things in general. Like, whatever happens, there's going to be a day. If you wake up the next day, then there will be a day tomorrow. So, you know, it's pretty much okay. So we're trying to get really, really, really comfortable with that. Yeah. So, oh yeah. Another thing. So, I am picking up another book, recommendation from a family member. And I think that the book, it is in the wheelhouse of books that I have read before, more of the, like, self-help, side of things, because, like, my favorite books are either self-help or, like, fantasy books or fiction books, because, like, you could do just straight fiction, that could be good too. Um, but yeah, so I'm hoping that it will, like, enlighten me, with some of the things that, could be helpful in general. Because just like the last book, it's funny because, like, the last book was, like, actually the same situation. It was a recommendation from this exact family member, and it was a good book. But I feel like it was a good book for me, like, definitely 6 months ago, 8 months ago. So this book that we are going to be reading, I don't feel like okay. So I'm open to reading it. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I don't want to read that. Like, you know, it's in the wheelhouse of stuff that I was reading. And I'm keeping an open mind, so I'm hoping that there'll be, like, something that'll, like, you know, shed some light on something or enlighten me in some kind of way. It's definitely, like I said, in the wheelhouse of, like, things that I was reading, and I know this family member cares about me, so they're just wanting to, like, you know, help me. They're very, like, I talk to them frequently, so they know a lot of what's going on in my life, and we like to, like, just set time aside and excuse me, speak to each other about our lives and whatnot, you know, just, I guess, regular stuff. So I'm having to make this is the third video. Well, it's not like it's all gonna be put together, but I don't know if I'm running out of space or whatnot, but my phone just said, like, missing ambient light, so here we go on the third, like, section of this video, if you will. Yeah, so I pretty much kind of went through, like, how my week went and what I've been up to and what I'm doing. There's not much more going on, and oh, I believe that my tire person is back. Yeah, seems like it. Okay, I will catch you guys in the next one later.